Hello everyone and welcome to Fableheim and a new series. We shall be checking out the free LC character that came alongside the mandate of Heaven, Tao Qian. He rises in place of the ill-fated Zhongzhe campaign, which was struck low by a bug. Now Tao Qian is a governor, so that means that he can't declare himself emperor, but he doesn't have the little marker here that says that. So I'm not quite sure if that's just missing or if he can do that in the Mandate of Heaven version, but I guess we'll find out together. Maybe. Who knows? We might not even get that far. But anyway, let's get into all the stuff. As we did with the Liu Hong and the Zhongzhe playthrough, I'll be going over what you need to know to play as Tao Qian for the first episode, and then we will sally on into the series. And if you're wondering what the series is about, well, stay tuned. Haha, tease. Tao Qian has a starting situation of hard. He's in a pretty good spot. He's by himself. He has like 2.5 provinces. Good start. His faction specialization is called Displaced Populace, which increases as war rages through China, which it does. All of China. And is decreased by sending characters on Tao Qian's unique assignment. Can affect militia recruitment costs, food consumption, and construction and mustering times. Juggling this is kind of just all about playing Tao Qian. That's it. Once you figure this out, you're good to go. He's just like another regular Han character. His playstyle focus is economic development. His unique features are the territorial spearmen, the territorial archers. They're basically moderately good units. They gain bonuses when they're the defending army. His two noteworthy characters are Jian Yong, outspoken companion, and Mi Zhu, dependable administrator. We are going to be playing on very hard campaign and very hard battle difficulty because, as I already mentioned, in the ill-fated Zhongzhe campaign, we encountered the autosave bug, and when you're playing on legendary, you only have autosave. So, we won't be doing that. We'll just be playing on very hard like we did the rest of our series. I'm turning off battle realism because I don't like it. If I don't have to have it on, I'm not going to. Because we are playing on romance mode. There's no need for realism in romance mode. So, you know, that's everything, I think. Let us begin. The Han falters, and rebellions rise.
Dark rumors are spoken in every corner of the land, whispering of the end of the Han. The Zhang brothers, plotting from their home commandery, seek to tear down what they see as a corrupt dynasty. Ambition flowers like a weed, all-consuming and suffocating. None are immune to its sickly sweet allure. As the Han weaken, the eunuch advisors claw more power to themselves. Once loyal warlords sense opportunity. Lines are drawn, as all move to consolidate their own power, whilst Zhongzhe conspires to take the throne itself. The Emperor acts to secure his rule, with the Empress and the eunuchs battling for control of his court. Peace hangs by a thread. A torrent of blood will surely be spilled before the dynasty's fate is determined. Dark times draw near Tao Qian. The capital is racked by corruption and dissent brews across the land.
These are ill omens. To the northwest, the people rise up. They have read these signs as the end of the Han. My people wish for peace. They deserve peace. Yet war may be unavoidable. If war does come, we must settle it quickly.
Your people will not tolerate a protracted conflict. Yet rebels cannot be tolerated in your lands.
They follow false prophets who peddle lies of hope. To the south, my friend Chao Song may be able to help resist their growing threat.
You are wise in principle, Tao Qian. May your choices guide the people to safety.
Whoa, we've gone off the map. Okay. Yes, Tao Qian has risen to fight. Tao Qian, the peaceful arbiter. Benevolent arbiter? Whatever his title is. Benevolent arbiter, second try.
Crashed upon them!
So the theme of this series, after we get rid of these looters and get into all the details, is peace.
Careful planning.
After all, we have
ensures
ruled
victory.
as a cruel tyrant. Gimme.
We have
Ruled
need
as a
of good
cruel
fights.
tyrant.
Keeping them is a waste of our resources.
We have bathed in rivers of blood,
For China.
and we have done unspeakable horrors for the safety of our people. So I thought it would be fun to do kind of a peaceful diplomatic sort of playthrough. But before we start getting into that, let's go over what you need to know to play Tao Qian. Up here is the displaced population. You can see we are currently in this second bar, which is a moderate displaced population. Gives them satisfaction, public order, reduced recruitment costs, and increased peasantry income at reduced food production. At its lowest level, it's satisfaction, 6 public order, and 15% income from peasantry. Right now, you can see that peasantry is kind of our main source of income, and it's going to be for a little bit. So if you want to boost that up down this green line, you can. Of course, it's always good to head for the replenishment, which I think is here. Yep, 10% replenishment, but it takes many, many turns. It takes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, almost 30 turns. Yikes. So what I was thinking about doing is up here is the trade tree. And when you're playing as the Shang brothers, you don't really deal with trade. When you're playing as Liu Hong, you kind of just have trade. So we haven't really gone and explored this tree very often as of late, but I think it's time to do that because we're going to be doing diplomacy. And what better form of diplomacy is there than exchanging money with people? Honestly. There really isn't. So early on, how I've been thinking about it is I think we want to let this displaced population grow. Maybe? Meh, no. I think we crush it. The way that you crush it is by going to this assignment. You can see it is the Repopulate Commanders. Basically, everyone has access to it within his faction, so you can use it as you please. And we're going to be using it to reduce the displaced population and increase the commander's population. Increased population, of course, gives you more peasantry income, local replenishment, so on and so forth. It also gives public order penalties eventually, so it's important that you don't, overdo it. But make sure you do it. Long year is peasantry, and we're going to be getting this, well, spoiler alert, this lumberyard soon. So, we want Lady Me here with peasantry. Now, if you take a look at his court, it's a normal court for now. If you do make it to the point where you declare yourself emperor, then you'll have the special court. But we have a long way to go before we get there.
Life and all its complications.
As far as our family tree is concerned, Tao Qian is by himself and he is single. He has a son, Tao Sheng, which is his faction heir, and then Tao Ying. I don't actually remember much about these two. In fact, I'd never heard of Tao Sheng in my life. So I have no idea who he is, just that he's here. And he doesn't get along with either Tao Ying or Tao Qian. Tao Ying, I do remember as being something. He gets mad, right? Because what ends up happening... Well, before we continue. That's about it for Tao Qian's unique mechanics. If you want to take a look at the map real quick for advice, thoughts, you do kind of want to go over here because there's a looter event that will happen. Spoiler alert. But then, of course, the Mandate War triggers, and you want to make your way up here to nab as much land as possible, or you just kind of hang out. You can hang out if you want. If you feel like it. It's up to you, really. But there's not a whole lot to play in Tao Qian. If you played a Han before, you played Tao Qian, just with this little fun little mechanic. I like keeping it very low for the increase of peasantry, and eventually you can rank up the tax which will, this +6 public order will go a long way if your tax is jacked. You know? I'm deleting this school. But that's about it for everything you need to know to play Tao Qian. I recommend that you build your forces, forge your alliances, and then march to war. War to protect the peace of the Han. If you were here just for the guide portion, thank you very much. I hope that you enjoyed. It was very short, wasn't it? There wasn't a whole lot going on. So, let's talk a little bit more about Tao Qian. Tao Qian was a governor of where we are right now. And the most that's really talked about him within the Romance of the Three Kingdoms was that Tao Qian was a sincere and good kind of guy. You know? He's the benevolent arbiter for a reason. He's a good guy. Which is why we're going to try a peaceful diplomatic campaign with him. See how it goes.
Each step in wisdom.
But what happened is that one of Tao Qian's subordinates? It was that, right? One of his subordinates killed Cao Cao's father, Cao Song. And if you know anything about Cao Cao, he wasn't going to let that sit. So, Cao Cao uses that as an excuse to invade. Not just invade, pillage, destroy, obliterate basically everything belonging to Tao Qian. Quite sad, actually. I have exactly enough to buy one of these Saber Militia. So let's do that. And then we want to make peace with somebody. We're going to be staring at the diplomacy screen a lot, so I hope that you don't mind. Lu Zhe is my good and bestest friend. I don't actually know if Lu Zhe and Tao Qian were friends. I'm assuming they were. But, you know. You have to say about assumptions, right? The leading cause of death. So anyway, you might be wondering how. Actually, first things first. The subordinate that killed... Do I have a second one? I do have two. Okay. The subordinate that killed Cao Song was named Zhong Kai. And the thing about Zhong Kai is that he is a Yellow Turban. You get him very early on in the Yellow Turban campaign. Which makes me wonder if that's the same Zhong Kai. Did he just like... Oh no, I don't want to cross that offer. Did he just like murder Cao Song and then leave? Go join the Yellow Turban Rebellion? Because that's pretty rude. And by pretty rude, I mean very rude. Maybe I should hold this food so I give it to someone who needs it more. See how much I can milk out of you. Now, Dongzhuo did give more, but it's kind of important to also be building up your relationships. And we want to wait a few turns before we start handing out military access. People have money. An agreement. I think I want to give that to you, right? Yes, more trading influence. It's been so long since we've actively sought trading influence. Income from all sources. Seems good. Okay. Let's get one of you. And move on. Continue the turn. So anyway, Cao Song dies in Tao Qian's territory at the hand of one of Tao Qian's subordinates. Cao Cao's like, screw you, invades, and pillages something awful. But he is actually rebuffed. His attack is rebuffed. There are some looters over here. And part of that is because Liu Bei came over. And maybe a few others. And Liu Bei, as we all know, is Liu Bei. What I mean by that is just he's the goody-goody two-shoes, and in the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, who did that we absorbed? Was it you? Buxian? I think it was. In the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, well, actually, this happened both in real life and in the romance. Tao Qian offered, because Tao Qian was pretty old when near the end of his life. Tao Qian offered the governance of this area to Liu Bei, and in history, Liu Bei was like, "Yes, please, thank you." But in the romance of the Three Kingdoms. Liu Bei was like, no, that would be dishonorable. And so it took his brothers.
Promote calmness.
Actually, he just declined 3 times, right? He declined 3 times. He said no. And then it took his brothers and Kong Rong to be like, listen, bud, take over the governance. It'll be okay. And then Cao Cao attacked again. And the only reason Cao Cao didn't obliterate everything was because Liu Bu actually started a rebellion in Cao Cao's territory. And had some help. So yeah, that's the thing. You don't get along with anyone. I even saved your life, bro.
For China!
It's fine. It's mostly fine. But we're going to be sitting here for a while. Just waiting. Twiddling our thumbs. So yeah, obviously, if Tao Qian's sons are, upended, if their chance of becoming governor is struck low by a random stranger in their eyes, they're going to be pretty unhappy. And I think Tao Ying is the one that gets... Like I said, I've never heard of Tao Sheng, so... If I get the option, I'll make someone else our heir. Liu Hong has declared war on Zhang Bao. Zheng Lang has requested Zheng Jui join the war against... There's war everywhere. Lu Zhe. Lu Zhe is probably not long for this world. But Lu Zhe is my good friend. So, if we can trade with him, then we will. It's also worth noting that if we milk as much money as possible out of him before he dies, it's money that technically we created out of nothing. We can also get friendship out of it. So, we're going to. This is a part of the game. As Big Daddy Dong calls it, the great affair. How much money do you have per turn? Remember, Liu Bei is actually very weak in the beginning of the Mandate of Heaven. He gets stronger pretty quick, though. Thanks to Zhang Fei and Guan Yu literally spawning in next to him. Should I wait? Meh. Meh. We are a part of the Empire, in case you were curious. Everyone kind of is at the moment. What about you, Cao Cao? You've been here for a while. Cao Cao is actually really far away in the mandates. So I'm not that concerned with giving him military access. Ooh. He's willing to give me money. If I were to give you food... I mean, this is okay. I think I'd rather give him an ancillary. Oh, we have some good ancillaries. Good ancillaries. Oh boy. There's a number in here that's just like the magic threshold of nope. 327 or something, but we'll go with this. 325 per turn is a lot, and we just got rid of some really terrible ancillaries, so I'm not that concerned. We actually have a G, the Imperial G, which you cannot use, but you can. Beautiful. And you can have this. Now I kind of want to get Tao Qian this horse, just because of the authority. Because authority as faction leader does give satisfaction, but meh. No big deal. We'll give it to Tao Shang, my son, of whom I have questionable thoughts. He is cruel, perceptive, and modest. How did you become cruel? Your dad is literally Tao Qian. Also, Tao Qian's not married, so when we have some free cash, we're going to do that.
Serve peace.
Oh, you're only level 1. Why were you so expensive? 550. No, that's because of paying you 150. That's a lot. Not even my son gets paid that much. What are you doing? Or not doing? At level 3, everyone in Tao Qian's faction can recruit the territorial things, so that's something just to keep an eye out for. If you're still here for the tutorial bit. In which case, I really appreciate you. Liu Chong has declared war on Zhangliang. It is beginning a plight of a merchant. We're going to actually invest in agriculture because we have 0 commerce and we have peasantry. Makes sense, right? I know, big brain thought. Saijun. So, we are going to get 2, well, I guess 1 of these. We're so broke. See if we can get like 300 gold out of someone. Just squeeze. Hey, Liu Hong. Hi. I wonder if Liu Hong is going to die. If you didn't watch the Zhong Zhui playthrough, I don't blame you. Yellow turbans are weird. Mixed feelings on them. Still, they're a lot better, but still mixed feelings. But in that playthrough, Liu Hong got wrecked. Ooh, you want this more now. Thank you. I need exactly like 400. Hit me up. Ooh. You have -2 food. This should be very valuable. It's not, but it's this valuable, which is pretty valuable to me. Thanks, bro. Big Daddy Dong's already getting mad at me, which is why I didn't trade with him. Because I kind of foresaw that we weren't going to get along at all. Speaking of trading. More trade. Pick up this. Let's trade again. I'm not sure why I have 3. I should have 2, but that's okay. Never look a gift horse in the mouth. Big Daddy Dong is still the richest of everyone. But Liu Biao's a close second. And Liu Biao is a loyal man of the Han. Just like me. Well. My loyalty is probably more in question than his. 105 Exactamundo. Thanks, bro. So we want to definitely keep in mind any trade influence stuff. We're sitting 1 more turn for replenishment because of the mustering bonus. And then we're going to move it towards Lengya, beat down the looters, and then we're going to march north. Because we're about to go to the Mandate War. Wouldn't have been... Oh, haha! I was just about to say, wouldn't have been perfect if it triggered. It has begun! Across the lands, the banners of the Yellow Turbans are being raised, hastened by the defection of Tangzhou. A call to arms has gone up from the Emperor, and all across the lands, troops are being gathered to defend the Empire from this threat, as brothers fight against brother. Follow the story. The warlords of the Han restore the mandate of heaven. With rallying cries about a yellow sky, the rebels have shown their true face. These are mere vagrants, wolves disguising themselves as sheep, tyrants masquerading as saviors. Show the people who really has the mandate of heaven. Eliminate them for the glory of China. And here come all the alliances. And we have a fan. Right. I feel like I should sit for mustering 1 more turn, but I have lost my patience. We are also within the low displaced population, which is nice. It's where you want to be for maximum peasantry income. We'll let Liu Bei and Liu Zhe have fun up there for a little bit. And by have fun, I mean get wrecked, and then we'll come and swoop in. That sounds like a good plan, right? Oh, I should turn on fast. You know, we got time for normal animations. And by the way, I think these 2 looters are 2 different factions. I know they treat them as the same, but I think they're different. That might not be true, but I think it is. Ma Tong declared war on Gongdu, unsurprising. You can play as Ma Tong, by the way.
To war!
Well, that was the fastest turn, NA. Ma Tong's still way off in Chiliong area. One of the downsides of playing Tao Qian is you don't really have a lot of, I guess, unique characters, you know, special characters. But you're kind of in a good position. There's the Zhiliang Revelry. Well, this is a classic, like, ethical thing. But in short, an indentured servant to a magistrate. His family was starving, so he stole an ox. Magistrate's mad at him and has brought him before you for punishment. We're going to release him because we're the good guy. I cannot punish a man for his love of his family. Restitution is paid to the noble and the family's debts are cleared. You paid off the peasant's family's debts and dismissed the noble's request. The sins of the father should not befall the son. Again, good guy. I don't actually know what the real answer, quote unquote, is to the ethical thought experiment, but here we are. That's my answer. And that's all you're getting.
Let us make use
Or I should have seen what Loot and Occupy does. It looked like it was special. The relationship deepens between Tao Qian and Liu Hong. Well, look at that. The Emperor likes me. Ho, ho, ho. What are you doing? Dignity. Meh. We want zeal. We want zeal and we want passion. Final rush is kind of but double zeal. What does it mean? Everyone hates everyone in this army.
May wisdom flow.
Oh dear. This replenishment time is going to be awkward. 7 turns. Yeah, I should have waited. I should have waited. That's okay. We have 7 turns, right? You aren't going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. We've covered everything we need to cover. It's time to just chill. Relax. Twiddle our thumbs a little bit. Watch as Liu Bei gets crushed. You know, whatever. Oh yeah, also Huang Shao's gonna show up. Forgot about that. Tao Qian declares war on the unjust rebels. A kindness repaid. Got a bodyguard. Okay. I guess you can have that. What does this do? Foreman. Oh, don't care. What was that quest? Capture the Longye fishing port, which is right there. Which we're going to do. In a few turns. Replenishment's important. I also want to buy siege weapons. You know, it's really going to hurt our income. It's good to have siege weapons. You know what else is good? It's good to finally have a strategist. I don't want to keep lamenting about the Yellow Turbans, but I dislike that they don't have like a pure ammunition character. You have to deal with the veteran. A friendship is forming between Mi Zhu and Sun Qian. It's not Sun Chuan. Not him. It's Sun Qian. They were apparently important characters. Ish. Sort of. Okay. But we can't go any farther here because I need to build a school to get this. So. It's influence. Diplomatic relations with all factions. That seems like something I should get in this series, doesn't it? It really does. Huh. Do we want an administrator? Let's get some peasantry income. We're going to need to start working towards the replenishment very soon. Like, I don't know, maybe next reform. Or else we're going to be sitting around for 7 turns. Many more times. Many more times. I can't do it that many more times. Zhang Yan declare war on He Yi. Wait, where is He Yi?
Shot fury! To arms!
Funny thing is, He used to spawn near, in the Mandate of Heaven, He spawned, like, here-ish? Near Yuan Shu? Here-ish? I guess which is where he spawns in the normal game, right? He spawns next to Runan. But they moved him... Oh, I've gone wrong. Because he was dying really fast. Like, instantaneously. Zhang Jui's already moved over this way. That's expected. So I don't know where he is now. You have no idea. Is this He? No. The Turbans have taken that. So you have no idea where he is now. Part of me just thought he was in... He just got absorbed into Zhang Jui's army, which is what happens if you play as Zhang Jui, but obviously he's his own army. Who would have thunk? I didn't thunk. Yeah, he's his own faction. I imagine Yuan Shu's going to make short work of that down there. I imagine.
To action!
A close victory. They're not going to come fight me, are they? Alright, we'll wait one more. Because that will help with us waiting later. Probably. Who knows? Definitely need to keep an eye on the recruitment, though. Again, just in case anyone decides to walk our way. I think the way it works is that if someone leaves a faction, they kind of go to the factions closest to them. So, for example, if Lu Zhe should die, you want my ox and you give me money. Yeah, sure. If Lu Zhe should die, which is not an uncommon happening, then he will go to probably Liu Hong. But because we're nearby, he could swing over here somehow, some way. And make no mistake, if Lu Zhe pops up in my recruitment, I'm gonna get him. Kong Rong could also, because he spawns in Beihai eventually. Hanfu has been destroyed. Ma Tong declared war on Beigong Bo Yu. Burst the dam. Never. To inflict war, our war, on innocent civilians is unconscionable. You could not do it. Could not do it. Because we're the good guy.
They lacked a coherent strategy.
Okay, I didn't click on it this time. So if we loot and occupy, money, blah, 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 blah. Tao Qian creates no... Okay, so this is about displaced population. Wait, what? It says he creates no displaced population on all three options.
This location suits our plans.
I'm a little confused, because I'm pretty sure he would create some. The looters are destroyed. We have claimed all of Langyer. You probably want this. It's probably a good thing to build. We are playing on very hard, which is no legendary, but it's also no cakewalk. We have access to our territorial things now. Let's see. 31. 31. That's pretty good. Here's their buff, by the way. They get 10% ranged damage armor, armor piercing, ranged damage base, morale, and 10 melee evasion when they are the defensive. And for the territorial spearmen, they get the same thing. That is if they are the defending army. So if someone attacks us and we're repelling them. $31 ammo seems worth it. Yeah. It's worth it. And we have fire arrows, so. All good. Alright. Tao Qian's rank foul. We kind of want to go down towards Judgment. Range damage for the retinue, and then trade agreement. More trade. All of the trade. That's how it works, right? Family spear. Hello. Have a spear. Still don't have anything for my son, Tao Sheng. I could replace him with Tao Ying, who I actually think I get along with, but... oh well. Also want to marry a few people, but as you can see, we are at very broke. 421. Our displaced thing stopped working, so let's reapply that real quick. And I think we want the building here. We're building more in Langye than we are Donghai. We also have this farmland, but we're not doing anything with it at the moment. Minus 10. Oh, that's because of the fighting. It's like, wait, we have minus 10. Minus 10. Alright. Reduce construction. That seems like a good idea. Let us see what happens. We could go... I don't really want to go south with Tao Qian. We could. We had to. Also, I think it's time we start going for the replenishment. It is time. Oh, look at the alliances that were at Shengyang. I really don't want to go south. That sounds like a bad idea. This isn't...
Advancing.
We'll go here, maximize replenishment, and make our way this way. We'll see if we can put an end to Huangshao, even though... Who are you? Xiao Mao. Hopefully Huangshao kills you. That would be great. We're not declaring war on any of our alliance members. And we probably aren't leaving the Empire until... You know... Something may or may not happen to Emperor Ling that may or may not cause the Empire to dissolve. We don't know. Does the AI ever actually heal Emperor Ling? Because it's not that expensive. It's like 1,000 gold, right? Liu Bei is dead. Uh-oh. Tao Sheng and Bu Xiong have a rivalry growing. Well, 1 second. We have a few things to do. A few things to do indeed. I don't know who you are. Is this based on level? Well, buy. We've kicked him out. Now we do some deals. Actually, do I need to? Not diplomacy. It's court. Court. Get it straight. Hello, Liu Bei. My good friends. I don't have the money for this. 4,000. Wow. Alright, well, we have Liu Bei. And, history's gonna repeat itself. Also, we're gonna go for the punishment. I probably shouldn't have picked up this peasantry income, but because I'm stacking it with this, I was just so tempted. I was just tempted, okay. Look, there's more war than anything else. Sit here for a turn. Honestly,
Who is at the gates?
you know what? Here, just get this. Recall. And then next turn, I'm going to banish you. How fun is that? We'll head towards Langye. Oh, I should have moved this turn. That's fine. Move towards Langye, banish him, bring in Liu Bei, and that will be our cavalry commander. Because he is a commander. But, you know, our cavalry general. That's the word. Oh, Huangshao has come. Ready to declare war on Matong.
With wisdom.
Hey, dude, I saved your life, okay? You should be thankful. But you're not. You're causing problems for me. I don't like that. Zhang ran a eunuch.
All things in time.
If you think I'm hiring you, you're funny, dude. Alright, we're not upgrading anything. We're moving to Langye. We're bringing in Liu Bei. We're building up his retinue. And we're crushing Huangshao. That is the plan. Remember, Pengchong, the temple here, has no defenses. Well, it has some, but they're terrible defenses. See? This isn't too... How do you already have these? Oh. Those aren't what I thought they were. They look like the exemplars of the Tao, or whatever the final tier unit is. Feels bad.
To enlightenment.
Liu Yu is no more.
There are plans to draw up.
There is war everywhere. Tao Sheng and Tao Qian are getting along. Isn't that great? Hi, Liu Bei. Liu Bei is 6.6 grand. Huh. Why? Why are you so expensive? Well, let's see what we can do about that, shall we? Hello. I require money. You know, like now. So if you can give me some, that would be great. Thanks. It's always great working with you, Han Empire. You're such a good lad. Sometimes. You're actually kind of being a bad lad right now, but that's fine. And it's just the Yellow Turban. We don't care. The Yellow Turban can be upset. Yu Hong, my Emperor. What's up? I need some cash. Oh, you're not that interested in this. 787, sure. Military access. I might not actually want this with you. Maybe I do. You can kind of cheese with Yuan Shao kind of early on. If you need money or something, if you just acknowledge him as emperor, it's like, what is it, 10 turns? It doesn't really do anything for you, but it makes him happy. So, you know. I am just milking everyone. Just give me money. Give me all your money. Well, I have to adopt Liu Bei somehow, right? This is a good start. Do I want to make him my heir, though? Wouldn't it be... I'd feel bad for people that just, like, drop by later on. Like, oh yeah, this is a great Liu Bei campaign. Oh, wait a minute. Why do you have displaced population in your Liu Bei campaign? Well, you see, it's because a long time ago, historically, Liu Bei became the governor of a small little place. Zhangyan. You're kind of screwed right now, bud. Hope you know that. Hey, look, it's the other Liu Hong. Not the Emperor Liu Hong. Okay. Might be time to stop. Apparently... Yeah, okay. What do we got? Haha! We've got the cash. Come here, Liu Bei. Come to me. You have the Yi marksman. They have 32 ammo. Not bad. Oh, this is expensive. You are expensive, Liu Bei. Did you know that? Okay, we're gonna chill for a moment.
To conserve spirit.
How do I get more money? More money. I know how I get more money. Liu Hong, my emperor. Oh, you're not interested in that. Okay, that's fine. You have a lot of cash, but you don't have any income. Luger, you're kind of dying. So I don't think... Declare... What? Huh. A feud. Is that like infighting between empires? That seems dangerous. I need 100. How do we get to 100? You don't need food, so not that way. Probably by giving him ancillaries. You have one of these. What about this? And this. And this fan. Yeah, sure. He's quite willing. He's actually spending quite a lot right now. Now what I should probably do is give him everything. Yeah, we go to Cao Cao. Because Cao Cao has more. Okay. It's basically going to cost me the same, I think. Well, I'm in that in the fan. Yep. 120. Perfect. Thank you. Alright, that'll offset our income problem for a moment. We are making 3 income per turn. We are making bank. What have I done? We are mustering, remember. So, Liu Bei will be with us shortly. We only have one or two turns left. Before we end today, we end our first episode as the Benevolent Arbiter. That's not the name of the series, but that's just what Tao Qian is. I couldn't come up with a good name. I was thinking like the Keeper of Peace or something. Sounds pretty cheesy, doesn't it? Probably want one more turn of mustering for Liu Bei. Don't spend any money. We have none to spend. Just sit here. If we are attacking Huangshao anywhere, the temple's a good place to start. Because it has no defenses again. I mean, minimal defenses. Liu Bei's a pretty good combatant, isn't he? I think he is. Now that we have Liu Bei, actually, we need to keep an eye out for his brothers. There have been some faction deaths. That I did not have a hand in this time. Sometimes I do have a hand in them, but I didn't this time. Yeah, we're ambushing here. See what's what. Maybe he'll come towards our farmland. Maybe he won't. You don't know. I don't know. The AI always reacts very interestingly to ambush. And by interestingly, I mean sometimes it just doesn't even see you anymore. Sometimes it knows you're there. You know, that sort of thing. Ying Shao, Ying Shun, then he was destroyed. Cao Song is dead. I hope that doesn't come back to bite me. Lady Ding is now. The later there's a wise mentor.
Oneness grows closer.
I think this is unique to Tao Qian. So I'll say this one. You have long been looked up to as a bastion of knowledge and a supporter of many up-and-coming minds. Knowing this, a young warrior and thinker has come to you begging your patronage. Whilst you wish only to help as many as the deserving you can. As the deserving as you can. There are many pressing issues and costs to consider. Tao Shang leveled up. Who did I recruit? I don't know. I have no idea who I just recruited. Yep, no idea. Tax this, please. Go. I also need to get this back, so this temple back, that we can have replenishment. Not replenishment, but satisfaction. Ambush, head towards bravery. Liu Bei is still rank 3. What is your commander stuff, actually? Commanded army. Some formations. You have no commanded army effects, and you... range firing rate and supplies. Yeah, that's whatever. It's fine.
Be still!
My beating heart. No. I always get scared whenever it says 25% exactly,
Moving!
because sometimes that means I can't ambush.
Line
But there we go.
and wait.
We're good. We continue the march towards replenishment. I probably should have skipped this peasantry thing, but that's fine. Let's get our deployables. And we'll go one more turn. See what Huang Shao does. Again, maybe he'll do nothing. Maybe he'll walk right into me. The world may never know. Oh, looks like Zhang Bao is coming towards Beihai. I wonder what happens to Kong Rong. Oh, looks like Huang Shao didn't see me. Because Kong Rong... is he dead? Where'd he go? What happens is Kong Rong, when he leaves Liu Hong, he goes straight to Beihai and he just takes it over. But it looks like Zhang Bao beat him there? Well then. Let's see. I need some money. I need some cash. 5,000 was highballing it a little bit. I know. Ooh, we can go pretty high though. So like 1640. Good enough. Thanks. This whole diplomacy thing works out pretty well, huh? When you aren't killing everyone. Good old Kong Rong. My friend, it's good to see you. It's good that you're back, Kong Rong. Well, we did it. We found our faction heir.